Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a tour of Audacity. It's a quick tour, but I just want to show you around real quick, okay? So first thing I'm going to show you is this area right here. This is your project window. This is where you're going to put all your audio files, all right? Right here, this is called your timeline. This is where you're going to be able to measure, okay, where your audio file is placed. So for instance, this is 5 seconds, 6 seconds, and then, you can zoom in or zoom out to see how, go even down to milliseconds, all of that. So you got your project window, you got your timeline, okay? You can come down here and you can maneuver within that by moving this over here and then up and down if you have multiple files, okay? This area is called your transport area or section, okay? And the reason why we call it transport section is think about transportation, okay? When you're in a car, you can go forward, you can reverse, you can go, to the beginning. It's same concept here. You can, push play to go. You know what I'm saying? You can, skip to the start or go home. You can skip to the end. You can record. You can stop. You can pause. So that's what that section is. That's where you can do all that. Okay, this area right here is kind of where your tools are, right? So this right here is your selection tool. It's probably the most used tool out of all the tools that you're going to be using because you can pretty much highlight audio and different things like that. And you're going to really need that. This tool right here, this is your time shift. This is where you can grab your audio and you can move it around in the project window. And don't worry, when we actually get into it, you're going to see me use all these tools. So if you're confused, don't worry. I'm going to explain it more in detail as we're going. And then right here, this is called your envelope tool. I'm going to show you how to use that as well in certain examples. This is your draw tool. I'm going to show you how to use that as well. Multi-tool, I kind of leave alone because it's kind of confusing to go back and forth between the two, all these different ones. And then of course you have your zoom right there. Okay, so that's that. And then you also have, this is where you're going to be able to see your playback, your levels of your tracks of your audio. So your playback level, okay, and then you have your recording level, and then you can of course do affect the playback volume right here, or even the recording level right here. Okay, this is your playback speed. I would leave that alone if I were you. And then here right here, there's some more tools here. You can cut a track, you can copy, you can paste, trim, you can silence audio, and this is where you can redo or undo or redo. And time lock tracks, you're not really going to go over that too much. And this is where you can zoom in, zoom out, okay? This area right here is where you can select, see how this is. This is how you're gonna hear back your audio. So say if you're using I have a M Audio digital interface, okay, and so I would select that, and I can hear now if my audio interface is connected to speakers or headphones or headset, then I would select that. Or if I wanted to select the computer speakers, I'll select that. Same thing if I want to record audio into here, I can do it through my inbox or my digital interface and hook up a mic through that, and I can select this option, or I can do it through the microphone on the computer. And this is just how you're going to see it back as either mono or stereo. Okay. Let's see here. What else? This is just dealing with audio position. This is another way where you're going to see down to the milliseconds. Okay. Where your audio is placed in the project window. This is the length of it. And this is start section. So this is all dealing with kind of working along with this transport section. And this is another thing. You can also do some of the same things here in some of these other places. So for instance, here, this is where I can create a new project, open all this stuff right here. I can import tracks right here, export tracks. But this is where I'm also going to be able to use some of these tools like that you saw over here, cut and delete and all this type of stuff. I can do all that right here too. This is just dealing with zoom. And this is transport. Remember I said transport? This is the same place. You can do it here too. Okay. I can create new tracks here, and I can do a lot of other things here, but that's where your tracks are. Not going to necessarily cover this too much. It's not really relevant to what we're doing, but you can create different tones and sounds. All right. And then this is where all your effects are. The reason why you can't see the effects or they're not black is because I need to pull in some audio, and you'll see me use all this stuff in here in a minute. And this is where you can analyze some things. And then if you have any questions along the way, you can always just go to the help file.